It's a great day to work on long irons, nice and windy. And that's where long irons can really help you because they don't have a lot of face angle and they knock that ball down and keep it under the wind. But you've got to get some good ways to practice with them. One thing that you need to do when you practice with your long irons is to stay away from feeling like you have to scoop the ball up in the air. There's enough loft on this club. If you present it to the ball in the correct position, it will get the ball up in the air. But when you're out on the course, be sure that you have a nice lie to play the ball off. If you don't, then go to a 4 or 5 wood and you'll get the same distance. Now with the long irons, that is the major problem I see with golfers out on the course, especially in pro-ams. I see a player, he gets up with that long iron and that face just doesn't have a lot of loft. So he, I know, has a tendency to feel like he's got to lift it up in the air. And so that's a common problem, is just lifting back, and then there's no way that he can make a solid contact with the ball. He's going to hit behind it or maybe even pull up and top it. Staying centered over the ball is another key element. With a long iron, there's a tendency to want to muscle it. You know, you're going a long ways and it's with an iron shot, and so I see those arms pop from gripping tight. So with the long iron, probably more than with any other club, you want to keep a nice tension-free shoulder area, which is going to help you to hold the club firm but not tight. Then when you make your swing back and through, you could really contact that ball squarely with a nice level contact. Another thing I see are players that get their head down. They're trying to stay down on that long iron to be sure they get it up. And you know, when you stay down on something, you'll always have a tendency to lift up. The way you stay down on the ball is by keeping your chin up, measuring yourself, your distance from the ball, and then taking that athletic stance. When you're swinging a long iron, really work on coiling. That is the most important thing, is you've got to coil and stay centered because it's a very important contact with that ball. You're catching it in a little sweeping motion right at the bottom of the arc. And that sweeping motion I illustrated with a broom. We want to sweep it. That's a long iron swing. It's not a steep angle. And we catch the ball just before the bottom of the arc, and that will get the ball right up into the air. Let me give you a couple of drills that can help you with your long irons. And the first one is the feet together drill. Now you don't want to use a 3 iron for that drill. You want to use a 5 iron or a 4 iron, and you tee up a ball. And I like to always use tees when I'm practicing drills. And you simply address the ball, find the ball position, put your feet together, back off a little bit, choke down, and just practice swinging the club back and through with your feet together. Feel the pacing of your arms. And then step in and pace the club back and through. Just work on a nice, solid contact with the ball. Staying centered, that's key in the long iron game. And then the baseball drill. This will help you to feel that nice working of the legs through and a level contact with the club head down to the ball. So we take our stance, and on the backswing, I want you to slide this foot back to here, and on the downswing we slide it forward to the same position and contact the ball. Watch. Back, slide, and through. One more time. Remember when you were playing baseball as a little leaguer? Boy, I used to step into that ball. And that's what this drill is all about. Set up, slide back, and step. I take that 4 iron any day. When you're out on the golf course, rehearse your swing with the long iron. Coil in there. Practice where you're going to play that ball. Take your time when you practice on the practice tee also to get the correct position. And then lastly, relax those shoulders and finish your swing. Don't ever hit at a long iron. Always swing all the way through, full circle, to a nice finish. And your scores are going to drop.